LIV versus PGA drama continues as Shane Lowry becomes the latest golfer to take a swipe at the Saudi-backed golf tour. He told the media that he can't stand being around the LIV golfers teeing at Wentworth, and after securing a win in the BMW PGA Championship, he dedicated his victory to golfers who stayed loyal to the tour. So stay tuned as we tell you more about the two tours' growing rift. First up, was it the right thing to do? We can imagine how pumped Lowry must have been after his victory in the BMW PGA Championship. But did he do the right thing by making it a battle between the two tours? What did LIV even have to do with all that? Lowry said he couldn't even stand being around the 18 LIV players on the course, and even went on to dedicate his victory to PGA players who stayed loyal to the tour, referring to them as the good guys. So if you're not sure how this is a big issue, let us make it a little easier. By referring to guys who stayed under the PGA Tour as good guys, Shane has single-handedly painted golfers playing for the Saudi-backed tour as the bad guys. Honestly speaking, we don't really think he did the right thing here. All he had to do was talk about what a wonderful run he had and how happy he was to win the championship. But all he did was add fuel to the growing fire between the two tours. And we're not gonna lie, we've had it with all this drama. As golf enthusiasts, all we want to see is our favorite players battle it out on the court. We don't want victories being dedicated to a certain tour or whatnot, and we especially don't want some of the best players in the world being indirectly labeled as the bad guys. Next, it's no surprise though. While we still think Lowry's swipes were a bit uncalled for, it's no surprise he said all that. The BMW PGA champion has made it very clear how he feels about players deviating to LIV. And sure, he might not have said it, but if we had to guess, he probably wanted to say they left because of the money. But that's exactly why they left. They can't play golf for their entire lives, right? So eventually they'd want to cash in and make good money while doing the thing they love most, playing golf. And we also agree with Shane when he said there's a certain level of loyalty players owe to the game, but that still doesn't mean the PGA can ban players or stop them from leaving. Despite taking a swipe immediately after winning, Lowry was boss enough to say that he wanted to win for himself before anything else. So the win wasn't really all for the PGA or something, it was for him. But he also said it was for the tour. When he was telling the media how the win was for him first and foremost, he also said, "But I think for this tour, everyone that has stayed loyal to this tour and has done everything for this tour, I really feel like this one is for the good guys." See, this is that mention of the good guys that we found strange. We have nothing against Shane here, but how did LIV players all of a sudden become bad guys? Isn't Jay Monahan a bad guy for banning LIV players and holding secret meetings to dent the Saudi-backed tour? Following up with a bogey-free 54 holes. Finally, now that we've covered the whole drama, let's talk about Lowry's amazing performance at the BMW PGA Championship. It wasn't exactly an easy start for him, considering how Rory McIlroy and Jon Rahm were closely on his tail. But there was a time during the tournament when Lowry started pulling away, going bogey-free for more than 54 holes. So the way he handled all that pressure coming from Rahm was just incredible. It was quality golf, the stuff we like to watch, not the whole PGA versus LIV drama, but actual golf. You know, what we love watching for hours and never get bored of. So yeah, it was an amazing performance from the Irishman, and we're hoping he can take that exceptional form to future tournaments as well. Now for the best golf of his life. We've made it pretty clear that we don't really agree with the things he had to say about LIV players on the course, but if we're talking about his game, he's clearly at the top of his peak. Lowry is playing some of the best golf of his life. And that birdie he made on 18 was the stuff of dreams. Even he thought it was the greatest shot of his life. A 5-iron from 217 yards is mind-blowing. He's playing the best golf of his life, and a lot of that credit deserves to be given to his coach. Now normally you'd expect something unorthodox and wise, but his coach actually had the simplest of suggestions. He told Lowry to just go out and play golf. That's it. No special routine, no meditation, nothing. Just allow yourself to play golf and you'll do just fine. So the next time someone asks you for advice on anything, you know what to say. Time for some more on golf. Up next, thanks DeChambeau, finally there's someone who sees past the drama and how the PGA is doing nothing but actually hurting itself. We told you there's something fishy going on, because you can't just ban players from events. But guess what? The President's Cup and Ryder Cup are the first team events that have banned LIV players from participating in the tournament. Just think of it this way. These tournaments are actually excluding some of the best golf players in the world because they aren't playing for the PGA Tour. Honestly, that's just sad. Even former US champion Bryson DeChambeau thinks it's really sad to see how players who joined the Saudi-backed league are no longer eligible to play PGA Tour events. And you know what even sucks more? They can't even come back to the PGA. We're not saying they want to in the first place because they're making a whole lot more money, but this isn't exactly something you'd expect from a household tour like the PGA. Bryson also thinks that banning players from these events will do nothing to the golfers but only hurt their own tour in the long run. Let's talk about Lowry's biggest fear. Remember how we said Lowry didn't really talk about the money, but that's probably what he meant? Well, it turns out that's exactly what he said. The BMW PGA champion has this weird fear, and like his swipes at LIV, we don't agree with this either. He thinks the Saudi-backed LIV has a disgusting amount of money in it, and that it could eventually turn fans against the game of golf. Our only question is how. Sure, golf is a totally different game, but does Shane have any idea how much basketballers or footballers are paid? Are the fans turning against the sport there? This is nothing but a collective attempt to undermine LIV and its players. We've said it countless times already. This is good for golf. It makes things so much more competitive, and honestly speaking, it's the PGA Tour and players who have been making such a fuss out of it. Instead of talking about the disgusting money and good guys, why not win another championship and show the better players are at the PGA? That's how it should be in the first place. Good competitive golf. No money talks, no taking swipes, just some crazy super competitive games of golf. Last but not least, Bubba has spoken. Guys, seriously, we don't want you to think we're highlighting this drama, but it's literally what everyone's talking about these days. Even Bubba Watson has spoken out now, just before making his non-playing debut on the LIV Invitational Series as a caption. The two-time Masters winner also talked about how LIV players are banned from competing at various golfing events, but he still hopes that there won't be anything like that at the Masters. But in case Bubba can't be at Augusta National, then he says he has absolutely no interest in being there either. We're guessing DeChambeau was right. It's only going to hurt the tour and nothing else. He still won't sign with the LIV, but at least he's not playing a part in starting a full-fledged war between the two tours, right? And same for Bubba. He might have said he doesn't want to be there, but he did say it's better if both tours met at the middle ground and made things possible, because this has nothing to do with fans. It's like they don't even care about us. All they care about is their little war. And if anything, that's the only reason why we might turn against the game. That's it from our side, folks. So what do you think of Lowry's victory at the BMW PGA Championship? And how do you feel about his comments on LIV players on the course? Let us know in the comments below. Remember, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exciting and original content in the future. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.